Hi guys, I'm Shmee, hello and welcome back to the channel where today we are talking AMG GT Black Series. I'm going to be heading over to meet up with my friend Rana 65556. We've filmed with a number of his cars in the past, like his Aventador SVJ 63 Roadster, his AMG GT R Roadster before I collected mine, and more. But today I'm going to take out my GT R Roadster to head over to see his incredible Magmabeam GT Black Series while trying to figure out and let you know a little bit more about where mine is and when it's going to be arriving here with the Shmeemobiles in the garage, hopefully in not too long. The first thing that's quite funny here is having the GT4 alongside the GT R Roadster. There's normally been a car parked here alongside. I've tucked everything as closely as I possibly could to the wall. Obviously the mirror has a tiny bit more space, but it sticks out a little bit further here. Then I popped the GT4 in, obviously right-hand drive, so not the easiest in the world. But what's going to be kind of interesting in a moment is getting into this and taking it out. I think I can manage, because of course I can do the roof remotely and pop the windows down, and then, well, Dukes of Hazzard it maybe, and climb straight on in. So we will get to that in just a second. Now, when I talked a lot about the GT Black Series last year and drove it for the first time at the end of summer, I thought that my car might have arrived before the end of 2020. Well, as I understand it, there were a lot of delays and hold-ups, part supply, that kind of thing. So I heard it would be early this year when I was over in the US, and I was even contemplating if the car arrived to fly straight back to come and get it. Well, obviously we're now into May and it's still not here. So what exactly is going on is what I will tell you a little bit more about and when I'm finally expecting to be receiving it. First up though, like I said, is the, well, slight mission we could say to hop in. So let's do this. Step number one with this is to fold open the roof, which I could do with the Pandora app remotely, or I could do it with the key given I am here as well. You press it and hold it 3 times and then the roof process does its own thing. It only takes, I think it's about 9 seconds in this, because it just folds down onto the rear deck lid nice and easily, just like that. I'm hoping that it's going to leave the windows down. First time I've actually done this. Yes, there we go. Windows are down. Now I need to kind of shuffle through this somehow to get through the mirrors. Not the easiest in the world. Am I going to be able to do this? He says that kind of neatly perches in there. Need to be very careful climbing on through. This is the beauty of a convertible, hey, when you can use the height to your advantage. There we go. I'm kind of in. Weirdly perched like this, up high and down. Magic! So I can kind of use these spaces like that. Well, let's get this started up. Oh, what are we at? We're still running in, but I failed to close the door properly also. Let's give that a, well, there we go. 800 or so miles now. Plenty more to go to get it fully run in. But let's head over, go find Rana, and go see his GT Black Series. That wasn't too hard, and exactly what I was saying the other day about going around these ramps to get out of this garage. Because this car has rear wheel steering, despite being stupidly wide, it's actually not that difficult. It's easier than the M3, which you wouldn't necessarily think about. Though I actually would be quite interested to look at the measurements. The M3 is probably not as small as I think it is. Anyway, let's head on out, go enjoy the beautiful weather today, and go find Rana. It's not as sunny as I thought it was, but there is an Aventador SVJ in Mirror Nemesis, Aventador SVJ Roadster in satin black. Not a bad day. I think we might see some pretty cool cars around and about today as we head down in towards town. All the lovely 20-mile-an-hour speed limits, and it's just not as sunny as I hoped it was going to be, but I've got the air scarf blowing, making the most of that before, oh, nice yellow and the R8 Spider as well, just parked right there, making the most of the hot air blowing out behind me before we eventually get this car to Opus in Germany and get it swapped over to the bucket seats, and of course heated seats turned on as well. The fun thing about those coming at some point in the future that I'll be able to show you a little bit more about. For now though, it's a bit of a cruise, and this is a great car for just driving, and I know I have this obsession with AMG GTs. I know it's over the top. GTR Coupe, GTR Pro, GTR Roadster, GT Black Series. But they are really the cars that I've ever owned that I've enjoyed doing the most miles with, and that's why I can potentially see, well, I can see the world where the Roadster will live on with the Black Series. I think the Pro will go at some point, no secrets about that. I think I will sell the Pro. It doesn't make sense to keep Pro, Roadster and Black Series, because the Pro being the track car, the Black Series is also the track car, and I'm not going to be afraid of driving the Black Series. I will use it, and I will hopefully travel very far afield with it down the line. So this is why, in my head, with some solid man maths, it makes some kind of sense, because this will be a car that I drive and do lots of miles with. The Black Series will do the special miles, you know, it won't do huge numbers of motorway slogs. Stop start, of course. And I like how in the AMGs, like in the Porsches, in the Taycan as well, you can actually press your foot firmly on the brake and it will hold as well, which is just a nice, easier daily driving kind of benefit. So yes, GT Black Series will do some fun stuff, but Rana's is in Magmabeam, which you might remember at the end of last year when I was in Dubai, I saw one of the very first, if not the first, for sale in the world of VIP motors out there in Dubai in Magmabeam. And they've kind of trickled through since then. I think a couple have been delivered here in the UK. Rana's in Magmabeam. Zen Car Driver has his in gloss black. I know another one that arrived and got flipped almost instantly. Not the biggest fan of that, but that's a different topic. And I think that might even be just about it so far out of the 60 or so coming to the UK. So obviously something hasn't gone as planned, which in this case is, I believe, down to parts supply, global logistics, carbon fibre manufacture, and getting all of the parts to Mercedes in Sindelfingen to assemble the car and finish them over at AMG. So it's basically meant that all of the cars have come through with a fairly hefty delay, and even though I still believe mine was actually assembled at the end of last year, it hasn't arrived here yet. So we'll get over, go find Rana's, get a little feel for what it's like. I know we're in town, I've driven it on the racetrack before, and give you more of an idea of when mine is coming through. It's definitely not the nice sunny day I actually thought it was. I feel a little bit silly now. I did just go past another Lamborghini, this time a Huracan. But yeah, a bit disappointed that the sun isn't really poking through. In fact, it looks like it might even be raining. This car's done a fair few miles recently, mostly off camera, because to be honest, when you're running in a car, it's not particularly exciting. Just driving from A to B, taking it easy, nice and chilled. So hopefully we'll have some more exciting driving when it is done. I have this sticker right in front of me that I've talked about a few times. Up to 1,000 miles, max engine speed, 4,500 RPM, no kick down, max speed 85 miles an hour, 140 kilometers. So I like to follow it. Longevity, preserve the car. I've said a few times I'm going to own it for a while. It's just massively better now that it doesn't have those transport blocks in, basically. That's helped quite significantly in terms of living with it and being comfortable driving in it. Yeah, I just love this thing. Oh, SVR, Range Rover Sport SVR, nice and noisy, wait for it. No, too much traffic. I am very much pretending to myself at the moment that I'm somewhere like Miami or the south of France, and it is not raining, it is not miserable, there are no raindrops on the windscreen, I've got my hot air, my heated seats, life is good. At some point the roof is going to have to go up. This is, this looks like it's about to get a little bit, yeah, I just felt a raindrop on my head. Well, at least you can do it while you're driving. You do it that way, he says. Yeah, there we go. Okay, let's get this closed because it's not gone as I planned. It's not gone at all. Oh, another R8. R8 V10 Plus. Windows up. Now I can turn off that. And it's quite loud having the air blowing right behind you. Obviously, it's right behind your ears, which is slightly uncomfortable. But hey, seeing some nice cars around. Also had a 720S Spider that went past a moment or so ago. Parked up then with this, a few people and nice cars around and about, and Rana should be here in a couple of minutes as well. It says Maserati Gran Turismo, just heading over that way. Lamborghini Aventador up there in a very light blue. You just see that off into the distance, hiding away at the moment. So many nice cars about. So yes, like I said, not all that long, and we will see a GT Black Series. The last GT Black Series that I actually saw myself was that one at VIP Motors, first week of January. So I'm looking forward to checking it out. R8 V10 always sounds amazing. Up there is another red Aventador. That is very, very nice. Old Aston Martin Vantage. Beautiful. And just for fun, AMG GTS. The original AMG GT. Before it obviously facelifted and the GT R came out, and now the GT BS came out. Look at that! First time I've seen one on the road, especially in Magmabeam, even in today's light. That looks insane. That is absolutely insane. Look at these two together, wow! Do you know what, that colour is always cool, but when you see it like this, oh, that's epic. That's absolutely epic. I love it. The weight is all of a sudden very much worthwhile. Look at those two together. I don't think I've ever seen an AMG GTR alongside a GT Black Series. Obviously you can see how the grille has changed. We'll have a full look around in a moment, come say hello, but this is so cool. Standing here looking at these two then side by side, there are a lot of things that are very interesting to see about the design. For example, even at the very front, of course the grille goes significantly further down, but the way all of the shapes for the intakes fit in alignment with one another, the way you have that strake through the side as well, and even this shape, the way it curves and swings back, but the power line that goes down the door, the shapes of the end plates, the same almost style that you have. Obviously this is the active aero wing at the back of the GT Black Series, but this thing is an absolute monster, and this colour, I didn't appreciate how special this colour was until today. Seeing it now, walking around it here outside in the daylight, is just a completely different kettle of fish to seeing it at anything else, like in a motor show room or a showroom or that kind of thing. And then the two of them together, just, I mean, look at these two, Roadster and Black Series, similar kind of combo to what we're going to see with mine, but of course my GT Black Series will be delivered in graphite grey magno, so effectively satin black. It will have all of the exposed carbon, it will have the gloss black boot lid, that's standard, it will have the exposed carbon around all the lower sections and around the front and even the air intakes here on the bonnet, but the bodywork, everything that's orange here, will be solar beam yellow on mine. Rana has added some other details, like the accents there on the louvres, and made the three-pointed star at the front black as well. Oh look! See what I'm saying about nice cars around here everywhere? Gently cruising on through 488 Spider. Yeah, these two side by side, this is just awesome. Absolutely awesome. First time I've seen them together, and I'm completely blown away and very, very excited for what the future will be with my two. So it has to be said, it is not the loudest car in the world, but I'm going to hop on board now for a short little run with Rana. So let's do this. How are you doing?
I'm good, thanks Tim. How are you?
I'm very good. Congratulations on this new acquisition.
Thank you very much.
The first time in a right-hand drive GT Black Series. Brand new. Absolutely insane. This is quite the car. I mean, you've only just got it really, a couple of miles, right?
Yeah, it's still brand new. Just done 87 miles. Haven't had a chance to drive it properly yet, thanks to lockdown.
Do you know what though? Seeing it in Magmabeam, this colour is just insane.
It is very shocking colour, you can't miss it.
No, it's so much brighter than I think pictures or a camera could ever really say. It's almost like a highlighter, kind of.
It is. I mean, I chose this colour without looking, obviously you saw the car in the track, so I wasn't really sure. When I saw it first time at the dealership, I was wow.
That stands out. Usual London things, M2, Bentleys, Bentayga, Continental GT. There are so many nice cars around, but this is, I mean, the colour of this is just a different league of crazy. But this is one of the things, right, with the sound of the car. Inside, we think we're hearing something quite noisy, but outside, it's basically silent.
It is very quiet outside, yeah.
That wing is absolutely ludicrous. It is like a Senna-sized wing. It might even be bigger than the Senna wing, or taller at least, because the car's actually taller. I mean, you've had, like me, most of the AMGs at the GTs, right? GTR, GTR Pro, GTR Roadster.
Yes, big AMG fan.
But this is, and you've had the GLSs and GLEs and the whole crew.
Yeah, you name it. I mean,
this is your first Black Series though, right?
It's my first Black Series.
Special.
Yeah.
Very, very special.
It is nice.
It just feels immensely special. It feels very, very cool. And it certainly turns some heads, I notice, as we go around. Same colour as the Just Eat guy, the delivery guy. What a thing. What a thing, honestly. Even just cruising in this, I mean, obviously it's, in terms of feel, very similar to mine, but it vibrates more, you know? It has more of a sense of occasion.
Yeah, it does feeling of race car.
Yes.
Sitting inside.
It's significantly more of a, yes, an excited kind of sound out of it. When the dad's getting the photo with the son in the car, that's quite fun. When you accelerate a bit, that's where you hear quite how much of the sound is through the good old speakers up here. But the interior is so nice. You know, when you're driving it for the first time, as I got to experience at the media launch, you don't take everything in. But inside here, with all the Alcantara, with all of the orange stitching, the grab handles and how different it all is to the regular AMG GTs, it's a very, very different car. That wing is just mad. And you can also press this button here, which you can hear electronically opens and closes the wing. In fact, if I can show you this back behind us, you can see the flap going up on the back of the wing, which is kind of cool. Small but fun details. The AMG crest there as well. Sweet.
Okay.
That's cool. Let's swap around?
Yep, let's swap.
Woo, let's do it. All right then, right-hand drive, AMG GT Black Series. Start it up. There we go. It's such a different sound. Such a completely different sound. Okay, I love this seat though. I'm missing these bucket seats because the Roadster doesn't have them. This is really much more up my street. It feels so much more comfortable. This feels so cool. When you look out over the bonnet, just seeing the hood vents and seeing all the way through to the gurneys up front. What a spectacular view. And then just driving in here. Nice and gentle in automatic at the moment. In normal mode, obviously we've got all the buttons. Go into manual. Can put it into Sport Plus or even to race, just to make a little bit more noise out of it. I'm very jealous right now, you know. You have an awesome car. Even if it's just driving in central London, it still feels incredible to be able to wheel
You're going to have 2 Black Series.
Yeah, true. When this joins the SLS, and you know what, the temptation is real to try and find a C63 Black Series as well.
Wow, that will be a really cool Black Series collection.
Yeah, I just need the right one and the right colour, because for me it's all about the bright colours. I've really, really grown and fallen for Magmabeam, just being in here, in your car, how much this stands out. It's awesome. Kind of one of the only places we can now have a small little bit of acceleration. And that's about it. Well, the downshifts are really good. Do you know what? Inside at normal road speed, I think the sound works. Where this sound doesn't work is out on track when you're driving in anger, because my experience of driving this car on the racetrack and driving it hard was that it just got too loud. Inside, too loud to even really hear what you're thinking or talking about. Well, that brings us to the end of our short little run, but thank you very much.
It was good fun.
Absolutely, as much fun as you can have in the city centre, but at some point we will need to get both of our cars out together.
That'd be amazing, and to be honest, would be crazy to see your 2 Black Series together.
We'll do it. We'll get the SLS, my GT, and your GT, and go for a fun drive somewhere when, oh, nice old Mustang, when we can get them all out. Well, awesome. Thank you so much.
Thanks a lot.
Hop out for now. Before Rana departs then with the GT Black Series, the big question is, where is mine? Another SVR, given it's not here yet. Well, it should be due very, very soon, I'm pleased to say. I think in probably about a month from now, somewhere into June perhaps, it's having its final stages done before it will be transported to the UK, go through its PDI, the pre-delivery inspection, and then I suppose at that time it will join the Roadster, the Pro, and the SLS Black Series, and the G63 technically, which is an AMG collection I am very, very excited for. Oh, Lamborghini Urus coming through as well. There are lots of Uruses around. To be honest, I'm getting more and more interested in Uruses the more time that actually goes by, including the upcoming model. There is going to be another one that arrives in the near future too, but I wouldn't have one in black. Of course, you guys know me, it would be in some kind of bright colour. Anyway, yeah, that was quite good fun to go out with Rana in the GT. Do check out his page if you don't already, and his channel with some more videos of some of the cars and future editions too. You can also put up this wing, as you can see. It goes up a few degrees. Obviously the higher it is, i.e. on the top level of the rear spoiler up here, it gives it even more downforce, braking, and also helping with cornering, but kind of cool to see that. You have the 2 layers of the wing back here and all of the mechanism that's part of it. Kind of crazy how much bigger that wing is than the GT R Roadster's wing. There are a lot of Lambos today. Normal London traffic, Rolls-Royce Cullinan, followed by Bentley Bentayga, luxury SUVs just crawling on through everywhere you go. normal stuff out here. And coincidentally, a Honda NSX has just parked up. You don't see many of those around in the UK, to be honest. This is a fun opportunity then with both of the bonnets up very quickly. The regular 4-litre twin-turbo V8 in the GTR, the cross-plane crank, which, well, looks like a nice engine bay, the twin-turbo sitting towards the back. In fact, a mid-engine layout, it sits behind the front axle. And then the new flat-plane crank V8 that you get in the GT Black Series, up to 730 horsepower from 585 in the regular GTR, and an engine bay filled with carbon fibre. Of course, the radiator angle has changed. This is all inherited from the GT3 race car, in effect, with the openings that you have here for the air to flow through and all the different design and layout of all of this, all carbon fibre, saving a huge amount of weight, and again, sitting back behind the front axle. But that is quite the power plant. When you feel the power delivery driving it in anger, as I've experienced before, it is really something. And obviously here as well, finished over the top, you have the black badge, the one-man, one-engine at AMG in a full to back, and the person who was responsible for assembling that specific car, obviously silver on the normal cars. But it's amazing to see the step up even in presentation of the engine bay between a normally good looking engine and the very nice engine of the GT Black Series. Another Rolls-Royce Cullinan cruising through. Nice F12 Berlinetta, Lambo Land. 992 Turbo S convertible, and I guess we'll get the start of the GT Black Series again. Off it goes. This car on the road. Look at that, it's so cool. Look at that wing. What a thing. I cannot wait for the Shmeemobile soon. It's time to head on home, and I tell you what I immediately noticed getting back in here is that this car is significantly both quieter and softer, but it also doesn't carry the vibrations. Now you might be thinking, who would want a car that vibrates like that? But that's part of the experience and the connection with the car, feeling what it's doing, feeling bits and pieces about it. And even if we're doing a kind of 20-mile-an-hour test drive here, which is not exactly the most exciting in the world, the difference actually from Black Series to regular GTR tells me immediately that there is room for these two cars. They don't do the same thing. They might visually look very similar, and they might have the same interior kind of layout and look and appearance, but they are quite different overall. And typically I've got back in here and felt a raindrop again. That was always going to be the way that it would go. But in any case, awesome to catch up with Rana. Great to see the GT Black Series. Huge congratulations to him for that. And as I said, do go and check out his channel as well, with some big and very exciting things in the works for the future. And no doubt we'll have a great opportunity at some point to get multiple of our Black Series models together to take them for an outing. For now though, thank you very much for watching, guys. I'm very excited about the arrival of my GT Black Series. It's only going to be a month or so, I guess, from now, and when I do get some more news, of course, I'll be sure to let you know as and when with anything that might be changing, and that's when some of the big adventures will start. I'm imagining that I'm going to use that car like I did with my original AMG GTR. Lots of miles, lots of fun, lots of stories, lots of memories, lots of trips, lots of driving, lots of track days, lots of just about everything. But it will start with changing the colour, from taking delivery of it in the Magno Graphite Grey to making it Solar Beam Yellow. That's it for now though. Thank you very much for watching, guys, and I'll see you again very soon. Cheers!